What is going on, everybody? We got some more news for you that we weren't able to talk about last time because, people got to work. Stuff happens. But we are going to be discussing the whole Bethesda Microsoft acquisition. And like I said before, we got some stuff that'll make your head spin. Are you guys ready? Platform Gamer Podcast starts right now. What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us on this Platform Gamer Podcast Extra for you. Here, it is October 1st, 2020. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into this thing. But definitely make sure that you guys check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Platform Gamer P1. Hit us up on Facebook at Platform Gamer Podcast. You can listen to our audio versions of all of our podcasts on Podbean and Spotify. And of course, while you're here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, turn on that bell for our notifications, and make sure you smash that like button like you was pushing the X button trying to make something move really fast. Hit that like button. All right, so let's get on to brass tags here. So the thing that we were going to discuss on our last podcast was about the whole Microsoft Bethesda. Now, we do have more details involving that. And what has happened is everything, as we said before, is going to be on a case-by-case basis. But from what we understand, Microsoft is going to be very, very particular on what games that they're going to be allowing other platforms to have. So we know Deathloop because Deathloop was already spoken for by PlayStation. So Deathloop, they're going to honor that one. Ghostwire Tokyo will also be one. And then there was a third one, I do believe, that is supposed to be going through as well. So that's 3 games that's already been set into motion, and those are not changing. So we already figured that out. But the ones that we were questioning that we weren't for sure on, now we thought there was a contract for oh my God, I can't even think, what was it?
Starfield.
Thank you, Starfield. We thought it was a contract for Starfield for it to be on PlayStation, but apparently we were wrong. So it is going to be an Xbox exclusive. And basically our thoughts on this entire situation is Microsoft spent $7.5 billion on Bethesda and all their IP properties. Okay. They're going to be putting those under the Microsoft ecosystem, such as Game Pass, Xbox Series X and S, and even some of their stuff that they have on PC. So, with that being said, this is just my opinion. This is my take on it. But I can tell you right now, Doom, anything after this version of Prey, I believe all of the Preys are out. So Doom, Prey, Wolfenstein, The Evil Within, Elder Scrolls Skyrim are some of and Dishonored. Those are all the heavy hitters that you will not see anywhere else. They are only going to be on Xbox. Oh, and the third one that is also being honored is Elder Scrolls Online. So Elder Scrolls Online will also continue to be used like on PlayStation and PC and whatever other platforms you play it on. But nevertheless, Damar, your thoughts on how this is basically, I mean, we kind of figured this was going to happen because this was all pre-planned out probably months ahead of time, and they were waiting for the right time to really say something. And with stuff being on a case-by-case basis, what that basically means is Xbox is like, we're going to check it, and if we don't like it, it ain't going on nowhere else. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, when it comes to this Bethesda acquisition, Definitely Microsoft is going to be making some major big moves when it comes to this. They definitely want to increase their stock when it comes to the Xbox and the Game Pass especially. They are bringing in all the heavy hitters, and in an article that I've been reading about, it was, I'll actually go over that just super fast. There's three reasons why Sony should be worried about Microsoft's Bethesda acquisition. This was written by John Ballard of the Motley Fool. Now, I'll go. I'm only gonna go through like one, and then I'll kind of talk about it, and then we'll kind of shuffle back and forth. But I'm not gonna go through all three like back to back to back. But the first one that he talks about, the reason number one, is the fact that Microsoft's got cash and is willing to spend it. Okay. Mm-hmm. It was clearly stated that Microsoft ended the most recent quarter with $73 billion in net cash compared to the $17.6 billion at Sony. Not to mention, Microsoft also generated $45 billion in free cash flow over the last 4 quarters compared to Sony's $9 billion. So they definitely have a lot of stock to work with. That's the reason why they're bolstering their product line. They're having more titles, bigger studios, and guaranteed this is just a taste of things to come. It was also stated that they've already gathered many other types of game makers and developers, which case... My apologies. But okay, my apologies. So basically, back in 2018 alone, Microsoft acquired several studios, including Compulsion Games, Undead Labs, Playground Games, Ninja Theory, Obsidian, and In Exile. And these are just some of the smaller companies. Bethesda by far is one of the biggest ones that they've made thus far. But as you can see, that they are slowly building up their profile, going from 14 to 23, as Desmond had stated earlier in one of our earlier podcasts. This is definitely changing the field of play for Microsoft. At first, Sony was kind of dominating everything, but now you can already start to see the slow change. Now that you're going to have these AAA titles that are going to be going on for the Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Series X, or as a lot of people are going to be more than likely jumping on the bandwagon just to continue following along with those particular franchises. So there's definitely a lot more that Sony is definitely going to have to do. More than likely, I can definitely see Sony probably trying to dip their foot in and trying to lock in some more developers under their wing. The only thing is, do they have the net stock to be able to do that? Microsoft's got the money. They are not afraid to do it.
Yeah, and that is probably the scariest thing. You know, Microsoft has trillions. I mean, let's just say it, they got trillions of dollars, making these billions of dollars each year. You know, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, they can at the drop of a dime be like, yeah, Square Enix, you want to come make games just for us? Here you go. Here's $8 billion for you. Have at it. So it's just that easy for them. Whereas if Sony, you know, which is a great, you know, has great studios of their own, but the studios that they have, they can only do so much with financially. So I think Microsoft has made a very smart move locking down Bethesda, because now people who want certain games, like myself, I want my Elder Scrolls on my PlayStation. That ain't going to happen now. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go ahead and, you know, pick up an Xbox. I mean, let's look at this from a realistic standpoint. If you're a business person and you spent $7.5 billion on an entire ecosystem to put underneath your umbrella, you're not going to let them do business as usual. Yeah, go ahead and put, you know, this game out for PlayStation, put this game out for Nintendo, go ahead and put this game out, you know, for the PC or, you know, some type of other platform. Microsoft ain't going to do that. They're just not. They're honoring whatever is already in place, and everything else that is in production or going into production, you can expect that to only be on Xbox, because you don't spend $7.5 billion to go ahead and just let everybody just do whatever they want to. That ain't going to happen. That's number one. That's not business savvy. It's not smart at all. So we can see the change that is happening within the gaming community. We know Sony's probably going to have some type of retaliation to this. They'll probably pick up another studio, probably not as big as Bethesda, but they'll probably look for one that's going to make an impact. It doesn't have to be necessarily the biggest studio, but it'll be the studio that will create the biggest impact. And I think that's what Sony may be strategizing. But for now, Sony's just going to continue to do what they can, and be the leader that they've always been, and be like, Microsoft got them. We'll still make something. Because you can absolutely bet that Sony's going to come out with a game similar to like an Elder Scrolls or a Doom or a Dishonored, just to give people, an alternative to those games. How that's going to go, we don't know. But that is something that I think is what Sony is going to be planning. And let's not forget, too, Microsoft is making all the right moves right now. They are literally making all the right moves to get people to join that ecosystem. And this is just like one of the many steps that they are taking. It's all about Game Pass. Let's just put it out there. It's all about Game Pass. The consoles are a great thing. They're obviously, they see the importance of those consoles, but Game Pass is where it's at. Number one, Game Pass you can have anywhere. Mobile phone, on your TV, on your console, on your PC. You can have it anywhere and everywhere. So to capitalize on that and tell these studios, you can build yourself a game, a big AAA game, and then people, no matter what device they have other than PlayStation and Nintendo, you would be able to play it on it. Stadia can't even do anything like that. They probably could, but Stadia didn't do that. So can you imagine if Bethesda got bought out by like Stadia? Oh my sweet Jesus. So
yeah.
From Microsoft, it's a good thing that Microsoft has got it. So I'm very thrilled by that. And this really ups the ante on who's going to be dominant going into 2021. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree. Microsoft definitely has a lot of big plans in the works, and you can see that the groundwork has been getting laid ever since going back to 2018 when they started locking down some of these companies. And another thing too, just to also add extra depth as far as for the Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft has been making some other big moves. For those of you who may not know, Samsung has joined the deal with Microsoft. If you happen to be in line of deciding to want to purchase the Samsung Galaxy Note Galaxy Note 20. There's a special package where you actually get 3 free months of the Xbox Gamer Pass Ultimate Bundle, in which case this Ultimate Bundle also comes with a controller that you attach to your phone to play. So just to go over this real quick, this is off of Samsung's official website. As far as which Samsung devices are eligible to redeem the 3-month Xbox Gamer Ultimate offer. In order to redeem this offer, starting 8/5, so it's already in effect, you must have purchased a new Samsung Galaxy Note 20 5G. Mostly, it's going to be pretty much anything that's 5G capable. The Note 20 Ultra, the Galaxy S20, the S20 Plus. If you purchased the S20 Ultimate, the Galaxy Z Fold, the Z Fold 2, my apologies, the Z Fold Flip, or the Tab S7 or the S7 Plus device. Any of these particular ones will qualify and are eligible for that 3-month Xbox Gamer Ultimate Pass. That's going to be on Samsung. Now, for those of you who happen to already be Xbox Game Pass or Xbox Live Gold subscribers, those who are existing or Xbox Live Gold subscribers will be able to upgrade their account to the Xbox Game Ultimate for 3 months with the token provided by Samsung. So there will be an email that you will receive from Sony with this special token that will allow you to unlock that particular part
from
that.
Who?
From Samsung.
Okay, so you said Sony.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My apologies. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you'll get the token from
before somebody got confused. Like, wait a minute, what?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you'll get it from Samsung. My apologies on that. Now, as far as As far as for um, when the Game Pass app will be available, it already has started back on September 15th. So it's already hitting the ground running as far as for that. As far as for those of you who happen to already have been or are currently Xbox Ultimate Game Pass subscribers, you can't take advantage of this deal. This is going to only be for new people only. Um, and also, as far as for this particular the code in which you get to be able to lock in and access the Ultimate membership, they did start issuing that September 15th, and it will expire March 2nd of 2021. So there's still plenty of time to do this. But yeah, this is just one of the next things that Microsoft is doing. They are making huge moves across the board, like doing this thing with Sony. They're also working on a special thing with AT&T. This, I believe, just goes back to 2019. So Microsoft, they're doing some big moves. 2020 and 2021 is really starting to look like it's definitely going to be favoring Microsoft as a big, big positive.
And what's great with Samsung is that Samsung sees the potential in this whole deal. They're like, if we can have, this application on our phones and people will still be able to play all the latest and greatest games off of it, why not? Because we'll make money too just by selling the phones and then adding that bundle on with it. So, but yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Samsung doing what's smart with them. Like you said, AT&T is probably going to be making moves. I wouldn't be surprised if Boost Mobile decides that they want to do something with that. So Microsoft is making it more so about accessibility, being able to access Game Pass no matter what device, what you play on, how you play it, where you play it. It really doesn't matter, because as long as you have Xbox Game Pass through possibly the xCloud and everything else, you are looking at something very, very special for yourself. This is a great, great move. And this will be, a testament to what Microsoft is doing. And Sony, on the other hand, they're making some great moves too. Let's not forget about them. Right now, they are still currently the leader in this whole thing. But Microsoft is starting to gain some serious traction. And I can't wait to see where this goes. This is a great time to be a gamer, because now you can take advantage of both of these. So with Microsoft, you don't have to get a Series X or an S if you don't want to. You'll still be able to play all the latest and greatest games on your phone, your TV, everything else, and that's the advantage that they have. So both companies are doing different things with different situations to get themselves over. And it's working out for both parties. And I think this is a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Microsoft is definitely, I can definitely see Microsoft, especially with his Xbox Game Pass, definitely going to start taking the lead when it comes to stream gaming. I mean, there's also talks that chances are later down the road, Microsoft is going to start getting even more developing companies under their wing, just to try to pretty much snuff out any possible competition that's going before they become competition, i.e., Google Stadia and such like that. So they are definitely trying to absolutely dominate the game streaming market, almost similar to how Netflix is dominating movie and television streaming. So,
and that's the scary thing about it too. Microsoft has the money to do it. They absolutely have the money to do it. Yeah. And most of the time probably wouldn't even bat an eye at it.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be probably one of the more biggest disadvantages when it comes to on Sony's end, is just the fact that they don't have the capital to be able to make moves that more than likely they probably had certain kind of projects and things of that nature. They probably had some kind of marketing strategy that they wanted to utilize, but it just comes down to the fact that they just don't have the capital.
Right. So anyway, what do you guys think of this whole situation with Microsoft and them acquiring Bethesda and everything in between? Do you think this was still a great business? I think it was a great business move. personally and professionally, I think that is an absolutely fantastic business move. They did what they had to do. They didn't cut corners. They did it the right way. And this is a great thing for Microsoft. But you guys can tell us what you think in the comment section below on what you think of the whole situation, and just tell us your feelings about it. I'm a Sony guy. I'm still a little butthurt that I'm not going to be able to play Elder Scrolls on my PlayStation, but I can still try and play it on Xbox. So at least I have that going for me. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. Before we go, Damar, did you have anything else you want to add on to this?
Basically, I know there was an interview with Christopher Weaver, who used to be the founder of Bethesda, who is no longer that anymore. But I know that he did recently make a statement in an interview not too long ago, as far as he stated that he's never met an exec who basically didn't push the initiative of trying to get the hottest thing out fast. So I think as far as his primary concern, he just hopes that the Microsoft execs will give Bethesda that free will to do what they have to do as they've always been, and not try to say, look, we need this game out by this such time. Don't give them deadlines. Let them do it. Let them get the game as crisp and solid as possible so they can release it on prime time. But yeah, that's pretty much the last thing as far as for that.
All right. Very cool. Yeah, I agree with that. Let them take their time. Let them do it the right way, because quality over quantity. That's what everybody preaches on. Quality over quantity. But anyway, again, thank you guys so much. If you like what you heard here today, make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you haven't already, turn on that bell for all notifications. Smash that like button. That like button pushes it out so more and more people can view it. Our last video actually did 76 views, which is fantastic. That's a great start. Let's keep bumping that thing up. Let's keep building this community that we have going here at Platform Gamer Podcast. Make sure you go on our Twitter and Instagram pages also, and go to Platform Gamer P1. That is Platform Gamer P and a 1. Number 1. And of course, you can go on Facebook.com/Platform Gamer Podcast, and you can catch us when we put out any latest information or anything like that. But make sure you definitely like that. You guys follow us everywhere on these things. But we got some big things that we're working on right now. I'm praying, trying to get some type of interview set up with somebody in the gaming industry. Hopefully I can make that happen. But, I can't give a determination because I don't know when it's actually going to happen. But nevertheless, again, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you do not have the data to be able to watch us on YouTube, you can always listen to us on the go on Podbean and Spotify. Just look up Platform Gamer Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us here once again, and you guys have a wonderful good day.